Okay, everybody, I'm just going to give it another minute and then we'll take roll. Ashley, can you share the first item?
It's saying that the host disabled participant screen sharing. You may have to give me permission.
Okay, does it work now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take roll. Nord,
Yes, I'm here, David Munson. Good afternoon.
good afternoon. Parks and Parkways, I see Tika, but I don't hear Tika. Department of Public Works,
Here.
Entergy,
Here.
Sewage and Water Board,
Here.
VCC,
Here.
Safety and Permits,
Safety and permits and HDLC won't be here today, but they did send comments.
and CPC. Sorry about that, Tika. I think I just admitted you.
Thanks.
All right. We guess we only have one item, which is a request for a servitude of air and ground rights for steps, landings, railings, and a balcony over the Cadiz and Laurel Street right-of-way adjacent to the 6th Municipal District, Square 175, Lot G by Property Fuel, Inc. The address is 701 Cadiz. And so, Louis, I saw you sent some written comments. Do you want me to share those, or?
Sure. Is the applicant here? Or are we just doing this for you?
Actually, Gustavo Romero here. I'm going to be here representing Property Fuel for the moment.
Great. Okay, well, the issue is, yes, you can share it, Jennifer. So the issue basically we have is that we have to provide a 4-foot sidewalk around encroachments, you know, if at all possible. Well, really just we have to provide it. That's the ADA standards.
So this you're talking about 4-foot around an encroachment, but this was going to be on the second level, right? It's going to be.
No, I'm talking about the on the CADA's side. you're proposing 2 stoops.
Oh,
that
gotcha.
are,
Which those, let me look at that. Okay, so the problem is on the Acadia side, not the overhanging balcony.
Yep.
Okay,
I'll
let me
write
look
about
at that.
Okay, so these are the DPW comments markup. This is the red area, right, Louis? I need to zoom in a little bit more.
Right.
Okay, so long story short, for us, we're open to suggestions, right? Because this would be something that building would need us to tell too. Like, are we just keeping the way we go into the house right now? Like the same way, could we just move it from the location in where the current front facade is at? I don't know if we can see an elevation, like a picture of the front elevation of the house right now.
Yeah, so right now you got a stoop that's in the walkthrough. I mean, if you look to the right on this PDF that you have, Jennifer, then it'll show the existing conditions. Yeah, I mean, if existing encroachments are a little different, I'm more concerned with new encroachments, really. Because we have to permit those new encroachments. So we just, these days we just can't permit new encroachments that are going to block the sidewalk that much. We need to maintain that 4-foot clearance where possible. And since it'd be pretty simple to expand this sidewalk. I mean, you'd have to rebuild the sidewalk, but it'd be a simple thing to do. So if you wanted to put those stoops out there, that's what we would be asking you to do.
That sounds like no problem for us. We would be happy to just rebuild that sidewalk to have less of a green area, right?
Yeah, a little less of a green area. You can add a little more green area on the backside. The way it's probably a wash, but yeah, it'd be a little less green area. A foot less. But that's what we'd be asking for.
Well, I see no problem with that from our end. Basically, you're telling me I should ask the architect just to revise that front, so that 4-foot measurement is part of our drawings, where from that encroachment, we would have 4 foot worth of sidewalk. And would we need to apply for a separate sidewalk permit to you guys, or was this set of the building permit would include that?
There would be a sidewalk repair permit.
Okay, so we should just go ahead and apply for it.
Yep, you can do that. I mean, it's a permit to do the work, so you don't really need it until you're actually going to do the work.
Well, we'd rather have it lined up. That way we know what the plan is too. Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, thanks, Louis. Any other comments?
Yes, this is Jeremy Rich with Entergy. The balcony is going to be in conflict with the overhead power lines. They're not going to be able to maintain the NESC clearances. They're going to need to get with an engineer and see if there's any way to reroute those lines.
Okay, let me see if I can see a picture of that side.
What's the address? I'll pull it up on Google Images.
I have it pulled up.
701K.
I have it pulled up.
Oh, do you want to share it?
Yeah. Oh, wrong way. Sorry. So on this side.
Yeah, those are some big lines.
Yeah, you don't want to get next to those. That covered balcony, is it going to be as high as the pitch of the roof is there?
No, it would be, sorry, is that a question for me as the?
Yeah, yes.
All right, so my understanding of this, as I'm looking at through the measurements right now, make sure I say the right facts. So we currently have 9.6, so it would be sticking out 4 feet from the side of the house. And the current sidewalk is 5.62, sorry. So there would still be 2 feet worth of concrete. If you look at, I don't know if you can go back on Google Street, you had a better view before, we can see the sidewalk line and the post down the street, kind of like in the same, if you go a little bit farther up, Cadiz.
Further up, Cadiz?
Yeah, so right there you can get a clear idea. So the post basically is like right next to the sidewalk, right? According to the document submitted that I'm looking at a printout, you were just showing them earlier, the concrete and that sidewalk goes up to 6'2" from the property. And we are talking about extending 4 feet out. So we would be 2 feet from where the concrete ends there, where the sidewalk starts, basically. Meaning that we would probably be right underneath the line with the balcony, but the balcony is supposed to go at a first floor ceiling height, right? So it would be right where we have that front fascia eave situation. So
Okay.
from that being said, if we look at the other side, if you go back to where you were at the beginning, we can probably see how far out those lines are, or how far up those lines are compared to that line.
Yeah, I would recommend still getting an appointment with an engineer, because if we can avoid it, we do not like to have lines going over a place that is going to have people in it. So that's that's one thing that we're concerned about. If we can avoid it, there's a bunch of places in the city that was built up 10 years ago that is just there. So, but yeah, if we can avoid it, we would rather not. So I would set up an appointment with an engineer and have them go out and take a look. And I would be there also, so.
Well, that sounds good to me, because we wouldn't want to build something where it's underneath the power line and it's within reach either way.
Right,
you know?
right, exactly.
The whole idea between this is that the architect did his homework and it actually works out, where we would be not within reach, not underneath. You know, we all know that storms happen in New Orleans, and last thing we want is one of those power lines to just be hanging from a balcony one day.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
I understand.
it's something that's really happened in recent history, with somebody building an unpermitted balcony that was killed.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to, we'll put you in contact with Jeremy and you can set that up.
Not a problem. Happy to make sure it works. Worst case scenario too, I'm looking at this being like, okay, it's a 4-foot balcony. I am pretty sure I was the one that said like, hey, make sure that balcony is comfortable. We can always cut it back to a 3-foot balcony to give us leeway, you know?
Okay, well, let's see what the engineering department says. Once we meet out there, you might be able to keep the 4 feet. You might not. They just have the proper equipment to do the measurements and all that. So, yeah, let's link up and get that set up for you.
Sounds
Great.
great.
Thanks, Jeremy. Do we have any other comments?
Just a ticky one. Louis, are you going sorry, I'm hearing myself. Are you going to make them replace the curb in front of the building? It right now, the green space seems to extend beyond the curb on the drawings.
There's no curb there, as far as I know, on Cada's. So I don't think they're altering the edge of pavement. They might be showing the green space a little big, but
I would
You know, I don't
suggest that they just make it in line with the current curb.
there's no
In the
curb, but
drawings.
there is a edge of pavement.
Yeah, I see what Tika's saying there. If you push the sidewalk out to accommodate these stoops, like how much are you gonna have left really?
You're only talking about 1 foot, so we definitely have 1 foot.
Okay.
And there won't be a curb. It'll just be expanding the flat sidewalk. I think it's workable.
Right now, if you look at the measurement on the submitted drawings, it says there's 7 feet from where the curb should be to where the property, oh, sorry, the sidewalk starts. So if we move it that foot forward, there would still be a whole 6 feet worth of, space, not green area, but space.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't. Now I see the plan, so I'm good. And it's a cantilevered balcony, right?
We are talking about very different areas right now, where the balcony is to like where that front of the
The
house.
balcony is cantilevered, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Says cantilevered 13 feet 3 inches above grade. Any other comments?
You're making this a double?
No, ma'am. This is going to be a single family house.
And so you need 2 stairwells
Only for
in the front?
consistency.
I mean, stairs in the front?
Correct. Only for consistency, since it's very common in New Orleans to have, such on small Creole cottages. The architect just did it as a consistency, symmetry. Not that we want it. He did it as a niceness.
Do we have any more comments? Okay, look like we can go ahead and take a 2-minute break for any public comment. So we'll see you guys soon.
Yep, real estate at NOLA.gov. If anybody watching has comments. Okay, we're back. We've received no comments, so, and this is our only agenda item, so, I guess I would like to go ahead with a motion of no objection, subject to further review by DPW, Entergy, and real estate.
Second,
Thank you. Nord,
I vote in favor of the motion.
okay. Parks and Parkways,
Aye.
Public Works,
All right,
Entergy, Jeremy, is that a yes? Further review by Entergy. I'm putting Entergy as no vote since I can't hear him. Sewage and Water Board,
Aye.
VCC,
Aye.
and real estate is also aye. So, Mr. Romero will be in touch with the contact information for Entergy and DPW so that you can continue to follow up.
I appreciate everything. Thanks a lot, guys. I was very surprised this meeting was just with us in the agenda. It was unexpected, but I appreciate it. Thanks for knocking this out for us.
Yep, well, we don't like to keep them sitting around too long because that can hold up your permits. So we try to do them every 2 weeks, no matter how many we have.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Have a good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody.
All right, thank you.
you.